Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a game I played around a year ago online. It's basically the line we learned yesterday. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out the video yesterday. And let's begin. It starts with d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, bishop f4, c5. We've talked about the structure in numerous videos. It's extremely common. Then comes e3, e6, bishop d3, knight c6, c3, bishop d7. Bishop d7 is a suspicious move. I would consider bishop d6 better. At least you're going for something here. Bishop d7 just says that it just showing that white has full control of this diagonal. So the rook can come to b8 to push b5, and the queen can come to c7 to just get developed. So bishop d7 is a move I don't like as black. Queen c2, bishop e7. Now this bishop's only place it can develop because it can't go here because it's coming in the way of the bishop, obviously. Knight bd2, c4. c4 is the theme we talked about yesterday. So obviously I played bishop back to e2. F1's just a blunder. I can't castle anymore. So then after this came castles. e4. e4, again, as I talked yesterday, is the move which you're basically, as white, saying you want to open up the center. And immediately all your weak pieces come to life. If takes, then this bishop's coming to life by attacking here. And then this bishop's always active, and your queen and knight are also being active. Takes, knight takes, now this pawn's weak. And now your knight on d2, which was weak, is now out. This bishop has something to attack, and queen is now open. Knight takes, queen takes. This queen looks very beautiful, because if any f4 ideas are not applicable, because the e4 square is extremely weak, and then we just castle, bring the rook t1, because many people play f4 is just stopping the queen. Yeah, it's stopping the queen, but it's also making your position weak. Then played b5. b5 is not a very good move, but it's a desperate move if you want to save this pawn. b5 has some advantages. One of them is that you are kind of killing the bishop here, but this bishop's not necessarily dead. Usually the knight comes to e5, and then you can bring the bishop to f3, some attacking ideas. So b5 and castles. Many people think it's good to play a4. a4 is not good until you castle, because then a6, if you take, and then it's actually bad for you, but it's possible. Queen b6. Here I didn't go for the a4 idea, even though it was a good move. I should have played a4. Rook came to e1. I'm just playing pretty solid here, not trying to attack too much. Rook came to d8. Knight came to e5. Knight takes, bishop takes. Now this is a position where I feel white is better, just generically, because these bishops are extremely active. They're just hitting extremely good diagonals here. And came bishop d6. Bishop takes, queen takes, and then I played a4. a4 is something I should have played before, but I feel a better move than a4 is to play bishop f3, because now your bishop's actually helping out on something. It's hitting this rook, and this rook can come to b8, but then it's just not a very comfortable position for white. So then I play a4, takes, bishop takes c4. This position now, I feel this bishop's active, yes, but I feel like it would be better if the bishop was here, because now you're actually hitting on something. Now there's nothing there. And this e2 f7 is just a brick. There are some sacrificing ideas, but they don't work here right now. Queen c6, offering exchange of queens. I played e5, because queen c6 is a mistake, because after e5, queen comes to d6. Just so you know, if you play pawn takes, you have bishop takes, leading to this skewer, losing the exchange. You can play pawn takes, queen d6, pawn takes pawn, bishop takes, queen takes, queen takes. Then I play king f1. King f1 is not a deep idea, but it's actually a good idea. Many people are just say just take the pawn, but taking the pawn would help activate this rook to the second rank. And then there can be some problems, and my back rank is kind of weak. And if I ever go passively defending, then they have some a4 ideas just opening up the game. So I didn't want to allow my opponent any counterplay. So after king f3, rook e2, takes. Now this position is just strategically better. White is a pawn down, but these pawns are just too weak. and white just has solid structures here. Rook came to b8, rook came to a2. I think I should have just taken, but I didn't want again allow his activate his rooks. King came to e7, king came to d3, king came to f6, king came to c2. Idea, just making sure this pawn is defended so you can start taking these pawns. Rook came to b5, takes, a5. Now the pawns are equal, but again black has two weak pawns. I played g3, which is not a good move because it's basically you're allowing two moves to you just have weak pawns now, basically. So I should not have played g3. Better move would have been f3. So now you have just a nice solid structure, which it's hard to break. Now g4, sorry g5, trying to maintain these weaknesses after pushing. Just create two weaknesses here. I played f3, just stopping that. Now rook came to f3. I have to play f4, takes, takes. I played g4. Idea, if you take, the problem is rook comes to a5. There's no way you can defend this pawn. So you can just take. So you play g4, rook comes. Now you take. King comes to g5, and then you just move your rook back, maintaining pressure, defending this pawn. But the problem was I didn't calculate this check. King came to g3, takes, takes, king takes. Position looks very equal, but I feel like it's extremely hard for black to just control where these pawns are going. Because again, these are not connected. And these are connected pawns, so I can use them to defend each other and just slowly progress. These pawns are just weak, and I can attack them anytime I want. Then came c4, rook came to h3 check, king g4, advancing, pushing all the pawns. King came c5. I feel it was wrong for black to try to come close to my pawn. I think it would have been better to just start pushing, but I feel he didn't do that because my rooks were also extremely active and he could just swing into action pretty quickly by a1 or even h5 if necessary. King came. I kept pushing, king kept going. Rook a1 is a strategically good move. Pushing the pawn here is just a bad move because then king comes, and there's no way I can advance. King came here just to like stop any attack and just closing this file off. King came, check, king went back, I kept pushing the pawn. This was some ideas just to attack my pawn so he could get some checks from the back. I defended, check. King went to a corner, just stopping everything. Rook came to a4, trying to stop this one. I played b3, stopping his ideas. Now, only square I don't have covered is b3. But he gave a check. King came to b1. King went to f2, deciding maybe he could go. I was calculating this idea after it comes there. Instead of check, he might have just played rook here, trying to come from behind. But I feel if you push this pawn to b4, rook comes, push to b5, I can basically just bring my rook and slowly push these pawns, and that should be winning. But okay, what he tried wasn't even bad at all. Excuse me. If I go back up here, yeah, so I got pawn push, rook came to f2, c7, rook went back, rook gave a check. Just make sure rook doesn't get any suspicious moves. Just don't allow the rook to get any activity. But it was okay. I allowed him to come to the c file, even though it wasn't going to help. After queens takes, I just kept attacking his pawns, make sure my pawns kept moving. In the end, sacked my rook, and it was okay. I was a queen up. There's no way black's winning this. And if any of you know how to play chess, you should know how to mate with the queen. So thank you for watching. And my next video is probably going to be on another opening variation. Yeah, and that's what I think is going to happen, or it might just be a puzzle rush video. So please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.